Hi everyone, welcome to Daily Market Analysis, where I analyze what happened in the market throughout the day. And today I'll be giving you a bonus stock, the name of a company which is expected to give good returns in the future, and we can expect to grow our capital along with the company itself. So without wasting any time, let's begin. So here I have opened the Nifty 50 weekly chart. As you will be able to see, the Nifty was trading in a zone for continuously 4 consecutive weeks. Thereafter, it broke out from there, and now it is stuck between the levels of 25,200 and 25,000. Let's go to daily chart. In daily chart, you will be able to see after this big candle, market opened gap up, then it sharply came down. Again, it opened gap up, then it came down. Again, today it opened gap up, came down, went up, and then now it is making a doji candle altogether. Doji candle represents confusion in the market wherein buyers and sellers are not able to decide where to take the market. And as you will be able to see, the price has broken out of this consolidation. However, it is now trading between 25,200 and 25,000, getting resistance from 25,200 and support from 25,000. What I feel is market can correct and come and fill this gap for some time and then move up. Also, I feel that it is better if the market stays here for some time, like it stayed over here, because the more it stays over here, the more chances there are that it will give good upside. Because you would have heard, after a good consolidation period, when market breaks out of that consolidation, it gives a good upside movement, or either way, downside movement. So yeah, that is for Nifty 50. Here I have also opened Nifty small cap. If you will be, this is small cap 250 index. If you would have seen, if you have small cap stocks in your portfolio, you would have seen a lot of them would have been trading in the negatives today. That is happening majorly because the Nifty small cap 250 is hitting resistance zone over here, and because of that now it is taking a pause in its rally. You would have seen from 21st of May it was continuously opening gap up and moving upwards, but after and before that, if you will be able to see, Nifty small cap 250 has moved from almost the levels of 13,300 to 17,500. This is almost 4,000 point movement in less than 2 months. And if you count the trading days, it is even lesser. So that is why a lot of small cap stocks have given a sharp rally. However, now they're pausing and now they are giving downside. I'm expecting that it will come a bit. It will come down a bit to at least 17,200 or 17,000 over here before going further up. And you never know, because of the new tax rules and the consumption rates that have increased in the market. Also, the basis point, RBI has cut basis point by 50 basis points and increased the cash reserve ratio by 1%. So you never know, the people, because of which the spending power of people have increased, and you never know, they might buy more, and now the stock market can go further up from over here. Now you would be thinking, which is the company that I was going to talk about. So the name of the company is So the company that I was going to talk about is BLS International. BLS International is a visa processing services company, which also provides solutions for citizen and front-end services, consular services, value-added services, biometrics and identity management services, verification and attestation services. The company provides these services to governments and its citizens, and the means that it provides these services is tech-enabled. Now we know what the company does. Let's go and see the fundamentals of the company. The company's market capitalization is 15,611 crores. This is a mid-cap company. And as we have already seen in the previous video, the link is attached in the top right corner. I have already talked about the 5 golden ratios that I see before analyzing a company, before finalizing and investing in a company. And these five, and I'm going to talk about only these 5 ratios today. So now let's look at the market capitalization of BLS International. As you will be able to see, it is 15,611 crores. This is a mid-cap company. If you would have seen my previous video on 5 golden ratios, I have talked extensively about the 5 ratios that you can see before investing in a company. These golden ratios will be able to identify whether this company will be able to give multi-bagger returns in the future or not. If you want to watch that video, I'll attach the link in the top right corner. Now let's go forward and analyze this company based on those 5 golden ratios. The first one is revenue growth. So let's scroll down to profit and loss statement over here. What is revenue growth? Revenue growth is generally the sales of a company. Sales is also called revenue. If you will be able to see over here, the sales of this company is constantly increasing from 2015 onwards. Though there was a dip in 2020 and 2021, but we know the reason why. The reason was COVID-19. After that, the sales have continuously to grow in number. And similarly, if you come, so this is called the top line. So top line has grown considerably. The next ratio is return on capital employed. Over here, you will be able to see I've already earmarked this ratio, added this ratio over here. The return on capital employed for this year is 32.9%. Debt to equity ratio is also over here only. The debt to equity ratio is 0.21. Generally, the debt to equity ratio should be less than 1. Over here, it is 0.21, which is a good thing. Thereafter comes the free cash flow. The free cash flow for past 3 years is in positive. It is 1,147 crores. And the last and the final is price to earnings growth ratio, which is 0.67. It should also be less than 1. It suggests that the company is cheap, and the valuations of the company are cheap at present, and it has a potential to grow in the future. There were certain bonus points also which I had explained in the video, and those were promoter holding. If you will be able to see, the promoter holding is constant from past 7 years. In fact, they had increased their stake in 2021, but then since 2023, it is in a declining trend. But even though it is in a declining trend, if you will be able to see, the FIIs are now buying that stake and they are increasing their stake over here. In fact, the DIIs are also increasing their stake continuously, and the money is now flowing from the public to FIIs and DIIs. So this is a good sign. And the next thing I like to see is the reserves also. The reserves of the company is 1700, close to 1700, which is like almost 4 times the borrowings. So in case of any big borrowings also, the company has the scope for expansion. Lastly, I would like to show you one big thing which I came across while I was going through this company. Wait a second, I don't remember exactly, but it was over there, yeah, corporate announcements. When I went to corporate announcements, and over here, if you'll be able to see, the company had a meeting with Ambit's Titans of Tomorrow, Ambit's group, and they have a conference called Titans of Tomorrow. This Titans of Tomorrow is a closed door conference held by Ambit Group. In over here, the company BLS International, like the companies Ambit Select, these companies are called to present, and basically the Ambit group selects only those companies which have the potential to become a future leader, to become future leaders in their area of expertise in the near future. And the presentation is given to analysts and investors for them to invest in this company at the earliest. So yeah, this is all from my side. And this is not an investing advice. I wouldn't suggest you to go through. I wouldn't suggest you to go and buy it. I would suggest you go and do your own research. I've already given you the tools. Apply them and tell me in the comment section whether you like those tools or not. See you in the next video. Till then, happy investing.